Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final series of the season at home for your Barry Buccaneers. This is Daniel Torres bringing you the call, your voice of Barry U Athletics. Thank you for tuning in on this Friday night. Kicking off the series here on the SSE Digital Network, the Buccaneers playing host to Tampa, number one Tampa at that. With Jordan Williams leading off, has one strike past him. There is the outside pitch to make it 1-1. Tampa entering this game 38-6, 22-2 in their conference. Last game was a 16-0 victory over Eckerd Jostella with one hit, but 4 RBIs. Player to watch for the Spartans is Jake Turner, as Williams hits this out in the left, and it's going to fall. For the Buccaneers, 23-21 overall, 11 for 13 in the conference. Last game was a 9-6 victory over Florida Tech. Felix Diaz with 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and he's your player to watch for the Buccaneers, hitting .358. It's Nico Saladino in the batter's box for the Spartans. Runners going. Here's the throw, trying to get Williams stealing. There's the tag, but Williams is safe with the stolen base for the Spartans. Let's take a look at how Barry lines up defensively. Out in second, it's Jimmy Bruno. Out in the right is Harry Vargas Segura. DH is Merkel Turner. And first is Felix Diaz. Shortstop, Salvi Delgado. Center fielder, Kendry Noriega. Left fielder, Nick Toms. Catcher is Matthew Menendez. Third base, Joe White. And on the mound to kick off this series is Billy Ike. Now facing J.D. Urso. Urso, 351 average. 2-0 from Ike. That finds the strike zone. Good crowd in attendance at Fine Bloom Field, especially with the traffic going on in the Miami area due to Formula One Grand Prix over at Hard Rock Stadium. Not too far from Barry University here at Miami Shores. Spent my first half of the afternoon before coming into work watching free practice number 1 at the Miami International Autodrome, as they call it, as this one is fouled off. 2-2 count. Turn scoring position. Excuse me, this is Saladino still at the plate. It's Williams on second, so we're going to have a full count to Saladino. Here's the 3-2 from Ike. Hit right back into left field. And they're going to hold Williams at third, and it's going to be runners at the corners for the Spartans. So Tampa setting themselves up perfectly at the top of the first. Historically, the Spartans are leading the series against the Buccaneers, 84-29. The last matchup was last season, with Tampa coming away with a 6-3 victory. The Spartans on a 2-game winning streak over Barry. And they're sitting first in the SSE and first in the national rankings. So here's J.D. Urso. Strike delivered. Down the middle from Ike to Urso. Joe Urso in his 24th season as head coach of Tampa, 17-time SSE champion, 12 NCAA South Regional champion, and 6-time national champion. And the list goes on. He's a 4-time SSE Coach of the Year, 10-time South Region Coach of the Year, and a 6-time National Coach of the Year. Played for Tampa before he was drafted by the Los Angeles Angels, and coached in the Angels organization prior to Tampa. So a very, very impressive resume for Coach Urso. So J.D. Urso facing 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1. That's a strike, count it. Evens the count. No outs on the board for the Buccaneers. Down middle, but fouled off towards the softball field, so we'll go at it again all even. Braden Woodburn on deck. The 2-2. Fouled again, this time up against the net. And swing and a miss, and Billy Ike is going to get the first out for the Bucks and his first strikeout of the evening. So that's a much needed out for the Bucks, and need 2 more to try to get out of this jam. It's going to be very difficult to try to hold this runner over at third. Buccaneers, of course, ending their season next weekend on the road against Nova Southeastern. Inside pitch from Ike to Woodburn is the ball. Gardo Villegas on deck. Spartans poised to make another deep postseason run. Have had a fantastic regular season. Billy Ike with a pickoff throw, not on time to first. One oh's your count. Down middle, but too high for ball 2. And this one was in a good zone, and it was hit right into that tree behind the Tampa dugout. So that's going to put the first strike on the board. Down middle, but dropped by Menendez. So a 3-1 count. Ike in danger of loading the bases, as the Spartans will finish the season off back-to-back road trips here at Miami Shores and facing St. Leo next weekend before they head to the NCAA South Regional. That's down middle, beautiful pitch by Billy Ike to make it a full count. Ike's delivery, that's a good pitch. It's going to get past Felix Diaz at first. And Williams will score, and there'll be 1 on the board for the Spartans, getting the early run to start off the game. And the runner will be at third and at first with 1 out still on the board. Unfortunate for Billy Ike, who was fighting well in that at-bat. This Buccaneer team, though, has had some grit and fight, especially towards the end of the season, to get runs on the board. But this is a different kind of animal, folks, who we're dealing with here in Tampa. No good, says the umpire, for ball one. Villegas at the plate. Outside again for ball two. Two-0 from Ike. Got a piece of that does Villegas and fouls it back for the first strike. Here's the delivery outside again from Ike. Three, 1. Again, we're back in the situation of Ike threatening to load up the bases. This one hit into that gap, out and left, and falls up against the wall. This definitely is going to be 2 runs. So Tampa going to call this a ground rule double. So only 1 run will come in to make it 2-0. As when it bounced off the warning track, it hit the net. And now there's going to be a talk at the mound with Billy Ike, because this has been a difficult start for the Buccaneers defensively. And Tampa threatening to bring in more runs with 1 out. Runners at third and second. And the problem here is Ike has put himself in situations where he has to fight back with counts of 3-1 or 3-0, and that's just not going to help, especially against this Tampa team. They're going to make you pay. He has done a good job of fighting back to make it 3-2 and several at-bats. And got 1 strikeout through one of those 3-2 counts. After that mound visit, let's see what Ike can do. Strike delivered. Mike Valdez on deck. This one foul tip back, so this is good for Ike. He's ahead 0-2. Will a strikeout come here from Ike? Close, but umpire not going to give it for ball 1. Wind up and the pitch. Chopped over to White. Throw over to first, a long throw, it's dropped. 1 run will score, and a runner will advance to third. And back again with runners at the corners for the Spartans in the 3-0 game. And here's the DH, Mike Valdez. Menendez giving the signs. to his team. That throw from White at third was off the bag, and Diaz, who was trying to get the tag, dropped the ball. Strike down the middle to Valdez. Cole Russo on deck. Ike checks the runner at first. Here's the delivery. This one way above, and the runner is going to advance over to second. So both now in scoring position for Tampa. One. Up high. They get ball two. Popped up. This is the opportunity to get the second out. Xavi Delgado under it for out number 2. But still, runners in scoring position for the Spartans, sitting at third and second. And here's Cole Russo, who's hitting .290 is his average. Bottom of the order for Tampa. You can see even the bottom of the order in this team is still hitting pretty well. Inside, Russo had to back out of the way there. It's ball 1. Down middle, count it, 1-1. Here's the pitch from Mike. Strong swing and a miss from Russo. He's down 1-2. Tampa looking to add more runs. Outside, patience from Russo evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. At third, putting some pressure. This one is low. We're going to have a full count. Big pitch coming up for Billy Ike. Chopped foul. So Cole Russo stays alive in his at-bat. Once again, the 3-2. There's the punch out from Billy Ike. But it is 3 runs across the board for the Tampa Spartans, and it'll be interesting to see how the Buccaneers respond in the home half with Jimmy Bruno getting us started. Leadoff man Jimmy Bruno for the Buccaneers gets us started in the bottom half of the first. Top half saw the Spartans put up 3 runs. Let's see how the Buccaneers respond, and it all starts with Jimmy Bruno. Down for ball 1, so let's take a look at how the Tampa Spartans line up in game number 1 of the series. Out in left field is Jordan Williams. Shortstop is Nico Saladino. Third base, J.D. Urso. Out in second base is Braden Woodburn. Right field, Edgardo Villegas. The catcher behind the plate is Joander Eroyan. And the DH is Mike Valdez. First base, Cole Russo. Center fielder, Maddox King. And on the mound for the Spartans is C.J. Williams. First strike to Bruno, so it's a 2-1 count. Inside, Bruno elects to swing on, and it falls in the infield, and Jimmy Bruno is going to get on. Hey, any way that you can get on works, and Bruno gets it done. And it makes way for Harry Vargas Segura. Hitting .292. Only 3 hitters on this Barry lineup that are hitting above 300, and that's Markel Turner, Felix Diaz, and Savi Delgado. Up high, ball 1 from Williams. Outside, make that 2-0. Buccaneers confident that they can disrupt some of these teams. That started back at Florida Tech last weekend. 3 straight balls from C.J. Williams to Vargas Segura. At this point in the season for Barry, it's playing for integrity and the name in front of the jersey. And 4 straight balls to Segura, so 2 aboard for the Buccaneers and no outs. Interesting start for Barry. Making way for Markel Murder Turner. Popped up behind the grandstand, so it'll be strike 1. Here's the pitch from Williams. Turner popped out to right, and that's caught for out number 1, and Bruno won't try the tag up to third. He'll stay put at second. Bringing up Felix Diaz. Flex, as we call him. Wind up and the pitch. Ball number 1. This one popped up behind the grandstand. Makes it 1-1 for Flex Diaz. 2 on for the Bucks. Down 3-0. right back into the net, so that's going to be strike 2. Diaz swings and strikes. That was trying to hold off. And that's going to put 2 outs on the board. So Barry could come away with no runs in this bottom of the first after a good start. Here's Savi Delgado. Try to frame it, but it's ball 1. And yes, he did. So that's a strike on the board. Up high from Williams. Wind up and the pitch, and Delgado chases. And it's strike 2. Grounded over the third and step on the bag. And called out, and Bruno doesn't like the call. And that will do it. The Buccaneers will not respond. And we're heading to the second with the Spartans up 3-0. Top of the second. Stops at the bottom of the order for the Tampa Spartans with Maddox King. Buccaneers were able to get runners on second and first in the home half of 1, but could not bring in any runs as Ike throws the ball. There it is for Ike, painting the strike zone to make it 1-1. Swing and a miss from King, strike 2. There's the strikeout from Billy Ike to put one out on the board. So, starts off strong for inning number 2 with the strikeout. And top of the order with Jordan Williams. Strike delivered. Saw Williams take a couple steps back into the batter's box there before that pitch was thrown by Ike. Outside pitch from Billy Ike to make it 1-1. Outside again and low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Williams 1 for 1 today. Started everything in the top of the first. This one hit right up the middle and caught by Kendry Noriega for out number 2. Buccaneers so far, a good job in the top of the second of quieting the Tampa offense. Here is Nico Saladino. Outside for ball 1. On trying to paint the inside part of the plate from Billy Ike, but called ball, so 2-0 to Saladino. Hopped up, out into left. And caught a 1-2-3 inning for the Bucks. That's going to do them good as they go to the home half with Kendry Noriega leading off. Welcome back to Fine Bloomfield, bottom of the second. Still a 3-0 score for the Tampa Spartans. Kendry Noriega leads off the home half for the Buccaneers. C.J. Williams on the mound for Tampa. Strike delivered as Noriega watches that one go by. Hits this one, got under it, and it's over there at third base, and it's going to be caught by shortstop Nico Saladino for the first out. Brings in Nick Toms, hitting .258. Toms swings at the first pitch, goes opposite way with it, hits it into the softball field for strike one. That's a good strike from Williams. Toms down the count 0-2. Popped up similar to last pitch, Noriega, and caught this time by J.D. Urso for out number 2. Second to last batter in the order brings up Matthew Menendez. Little half swing, hits it over to first. Cole Russo is going to take care of it. So back-to-back 1-2-3 inning by these teams. We're going to the third. Top of the third inning starts for the Tampa Spartans, J.D. Urso. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings in the second. Strike delivered from Billy Ike. after a 3-run top of the first for Tampa. A little low. That's going to even the count. One, chopped over to White at third. Throw to first. One gone. Safe, actually. I'm going to say that Felix Diaz came off with a bag. DJ Price is heading out. As Coach Price is going to have a word with the umpire. Now both umpires are having a discussion. The umpire's ruling was that Felix Diaz's foot was off of the bag. So with no review, I'm not sure how they can overturn this decision. And it stays the same. It's going to be safe. So that brings up Braden Woodburn. And this one is going to hit Woodburn on the first pitch from Ike. And now 2 aboard for the Spartans. Here's Edgardo Villegas. No outs, 2 on. Similar to Barry in the bottom of the first. Strike delivered. Outside, 1-1. Could be a big inning for both the Spartans and the Buccaneers. Low, so good eye by Villegas. He held off. Ike steps off. Trying to gather himself together. Here's the 2-1. That gets into the strike zone, 2-2. One grounded up the middle. Rounding the runner is from third. And 1 run scores for the Spartans, and that's going to make it a 4-0 ball game. Runners at the corners for the Spartans. And Joander Urijoyan. Tasked up next for Tampa. Chopped up the middle. And it goes through the glove of Delgado, but Bruno is able to get it there for the first out, and the throw to first is in time. Or not in time, excuse me. A run does score, making it 5-0. So here's Mike Valdez. Tipped back into the glove of Menendez. Strike one. Grounded. Diaz gets it. Flip over to Ike. Steps on the bag, and there's out number 2. Runner does advance to second. He'll bring up Cole Russo. 0 for 1 tonight.
First baseman, number 33, Cole Russo.
Outside pitch for the ball. Chopped foul towards the Tampa dugout. Will be 1-1. Russo trying to bring in the runner from second to extend the lead. Outside, ball 2. And Ike steps off. Russo gets comfortable in the batter's box with a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch outside, ball 3. That's a strike, so we're going to have a full count. Russo thought about swinging, held off. And Russo strikes out. Out number 3, but 2 more runs in the top of the third for the Spartans to make it 5-0 with Joe Wyke leading off for the Buccaneers. Joe Wyke leads off Barry, finding themselves down 5-0 in the bottom of the third. Strike one delivered to Wyke from C.J. Williams. This one popped foul, but Wyke in playable territory and caught for out number one. And we go to the top of the order for Barry with Jimmy Bruno. 1 for 1 today. And a little bloop that fell in the infield last time up. Bruno swung early at this one. Back-to-back strikes from Williams. Got one in the dirt. There's the strike. Jimmy Bruno does not like it. Had some words with the home plate umpire, and that's out number two. Tampa making quick work of the bottom of the third. Let's see if Harry Vargas Segura can keep it going. This one nearly hit Segura. Two-0. That one does paint us the outside part of the plate in the strike zone. And Segura fouls it off, so it'll be even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the dirt, so we're going to get a full count. Three-two from Williams. Segura swung on that inside pitch, fouled it off. That's a walk. So Harry Vargas Segura does continue the bottom of the third. And let's see what they can do with the opportunity. Again, 2 outs, and makes way for Merkle Turner. Popped up at their shallow center and cut by Maddox King. Yeah, one stranded for the Buccaneers heading to the 4th inning. Number 1 Tampa in the lead, 5-0. Alex King, who made that last play to end the third, leads off the fourth for the Spartans. And takes strike one looking from Billy Ike. Spartans are 5 runs away from that mercy rule. Definitely not the way if they get there. You'd want to start the series off for the Buccaneers. It all ends tomorrow with the doubleheader. 1 o'clock p.m. first pitch here at Fine Bloom Field. 4 o'clock is the slate for the second game. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes. One, two. Inside to even the count. A pitch from Mike. Down the middle for the strikeout. And it puts one out on the board. Top of the order for Tampa. Jordan Williams 1 for 2 this evening. Shows bunt. Perfectly execute bunt, but falls foul. So Williams is going to step back in after making his way back to the batter's box. Chopped over to Bruno, and it's going to get by him. And nobody was focused on the ball. And it gets Williams all the way to second. So, brings up Nico Saladino. Runner in scoring position for the Spartans. Strike delivered. Now the umpires are going to convene because Saladino thinks it hit his foot. And they're going to give it to him. So 2 aboard for the Spartans, bringing in J.D. Urso. And this top of the order for Tampa has been deadly so far. Inside, ball 1. Near the body of Urso. Up the middle. There's Delgado flipping to Bruno and not going to get it. And now the bases are loaded for the Spartans. That's a tough play by Salvi Delgado, who was trying to flip it to Bruno for the out. And there's going to be a mound visit here for Billy Ike. And that one not necessarily his fault. And now they're calling for the infield. Ground ball to get a double play here would work nicely for the Buccaneers. Would get them out of the inning. But a hit that would drop would at least bring in 2 more runs. So it really could be a make or break here at the top of the 4th for the Buccaneers. And you can't see from this angle, but you'd figure that maybe Barry has someone starting to warm up in the bullpen. Here's Braden Woodburn. Down the middle for the strike. That one was swung on. It was way outside. Woodburn decided to go for it. It's 0-2. And I get the strikeout. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Pitch by Ike. Up high. Evens the count 2-2. Tampa dugout making some noise. Ike sets the pitch outside. Full count. Can Ike get it done here? Fouled. Go again with the 3-2. And that's a walk. And a run will come in to make it 6-0. Ike, who was ahead of the count. Ends up in a walk. And here is Edgardo Villegas. Still 1 out. Strike delivered. Foul back, so 0-2 for Ike. Another foul by Villegas. Here's the pitch by Ike, way outside for the ball. Lucky to that one, did not get away from Menendez. Misses again, 2-2. Tampa really making Billy Ike work for it. Down middle, chopped. Bruno gets it this time, flips to first. There's 2 gone. Run does come across the plate, making it 7-0. Runners at third and second.
The catcher, number 18, Joander
Ihudi-Joyan. With 2 outs and 2 on, both in scoring position, is tasked to see if he can continue this top of the 4th. And he does, and they're sending the runner home. Here's the throw to Menendez. It's going to be not in time. It's 2 more for the Tampa Spartans. 9-0. They're 1 away from that mercy rule.
Undesignated hitter, number 42, Mike Valdez.
We're going to miss. Strike 1. Low evens the count to Mike Valdez. In the dirt. All 2, so Billy Ike struggling with his command. Inside, but counted strike. 2-2. Chopped up. Here comes Salvi Delgado. Grabs it. Throw the first. It was low, and Felix Diaz can't handle it. And runners will be at the corners for the Spartans. Boy, is Barry having a tough time in the infield collecting these chopped up hits.
First baseman, number 33, Cole Russo.
Brings up Cole Russo. Inside and low, ball 1 to Russo. Up high, 2-0. Pitch from Mike. That does get the strike zone. Been a long top of the fourth. Strike two, count even. Would be big if Billy Ike can get out. Right here. One on. Here's the pitch, and foul towards the Tampa dugout. This one hit well out into right, up against the wall. One run will score. And it continues for Tampa. It's now 10-0. And DJ Price is going to call it for Billy Ike. And that will be it, folks, here on the top of the fourth for Billy Ike. With that, we'll take a break. Welcome back. It's new pitcher for the Buccaneers, Gavin Pomper on the mound. As it's a 10-0 ball game in favor of the Tampa Spartans. This one grounded to Delgado, backhand bobbled, and another run will come across, and runners at the corners again. It's now 11-0. And top of the order with Jordan Williams. And folks, this just goes to show you how good of a Tampa Spartan team this is. Down the middle, strike one. Opposite way above the Barry dugout. Strike two. Pomper's pitch. Swing and a miss. There is the strikeout, and the inning ends. A busy top of the fourth. 6 runs for the Spartans. Up 11-0. Felix Diaz leads off for the Buccaneers in the bottom of the fourth, and boy, do the Buccaneers have a really, really busy task and mountain to climb ahead of them. They're down 11-0 to the number one team in the conference, the number one team in the nation, the Tampa Spartans. Still C.J. Williams dealing on the mound. Diaz down the count 0-1. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Foul tip back. Two. Up high, full count. And that's going to be a leadoff walk for Felix Diaz and the Buccaneers. And brings up Savi Delgado. And what really extended innings, the top of the inning for Tampa Spartans, were these chopped up ground balls. Both Jimmy Bruno and Savi Delgado had a hard time with them. Outside, ball 1. Popped up. Foul, but playable. And caught for out number 1.
The center fielder, number 19, Noriega.
Outside pitch, ball 1. This one hit by Noriega out into left and caught for the second out.
The left fielder, number 26,
Bringing up Nick Toms, has one out to work with. Outside and low for ball 1. Popped up. And over at third and caught for the third out. One stranded for the Buccaneers. Heading to the 5th, Tampa leads 11-0. And let's see if Gavin Pompert, who is on the mound for the Buccaneers, can hold off what happened in the top of the 4th for the Spartans, bringing in 6 runs. It was a strike delivered to Nico Saladino from Pompert. That one tipped back and may have caught Menendez. 1-2 is your count. Good eye from Saladino. That one just fell low. Full count from Pomper to Saladino. This one hit well by Saladino. It's carrying and it's up against the wall. Saladino going for second. Here's the throw, the slide, the tag. Got him. And that's a big out, number one. It was a well-hit ball by Saladino. And honestly, I think he probably thought it was going out of the park. Nice pitch from Pomper. Gets Urso to swing for strike one. Up against the net, so finds himself down 0-2. Up high, close to Urso, head level. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one gets past Menendez, so the count is even. Pitch falls outside. Full count from Pomper. That one in the dirt, so it's going to be a walk. And Urso is going to get aboard. And that's going to bring up Braden Woodburn, who's 1 for 1.
The second baseman, number 2, Braden Woodburn.
In the dirt. 1-0. Two balls, 0 strikes from Pomper to Woodburn. That one gets the zone. Woodburn had to look back at the home plate umpire. Beautiful pitch by Gavin Pomper. Evens the count. They're looking for that second out. That could have been it right there. The umpire is not going to give it. It's a full count. That's high. So it's another walk, back-to-back walks from Gavin Pomper, and it's going to put 2 aboard for the Spartans.
The right fielder, number 27, Edgardo Villegas.
Here's Edgardo Villegas. Down the middle from Pomper for strike 1. Swing and a miss from Villegas. So too will be a big out number 2 right here. There's the strikeout from Gavin Pomper. Big out number 2. There was some defensive changes, by the way, for the Buccaneers to start this top of the 5th. Playing short. Salvi Delgado exits, and it's Aramis Ramirez Jr. And coming out of left is Nick Toms, and it's now Brandon De La Pena. This one gets by. Both runners are going to move, and now scoring position, 3rd and 2nd. Down the middle for the strike to even the count at 1-1. It's Irigoyen in the batter's box for the Spartans. Takes a swing at it over to White at 3rd. The throw to first off the bag. And he's safe at first. And TJ Price is coming out. So it brings up Mike Valdez, runners at the corners. So there was a run on that play. And it makes it 12-0 here with the 1-1 count. Close. Menendez tried framing it, but it's ball 2. Missing again, 3-1. Could load the bases. Over to Bruno. Flip to Ramirez Jr. Steps on the bag of the 3rd out, but 1 run does come across. It's 12-0. 3 straight scoring innings for Tampa. Going to the home half of inning number 5. Matthew Melendez getting us started. Here's Matthew Menendez getting the Buccaneers started offensively in the home half of inning number 5. Buccaneers find themselves down 12-0. Softball on the road. They're also facing Tampa. They lost today 2-0. Menendez is going to foul this one off. Grounded, foul. Strike 2. There's the tag, and that's going to be out number 1.
Number 6, Jones White.
Brings up the bottom of the order with Joe White. 0 for 1 this evening. And that check did not go, so ball 1. Outside, ball 2. Jay Williams at a 2.54 ERA, a 1.01 whip. Only giving up 1 hit today. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, as this one is hit well by White out into left. And caught for out number 2.
The second baseman, number 2, J.B. Bruno.
Leadoff hitter Jimmy Bruno, 1 for 2 tonight, steps into the batter's box. This one hit by Bruno, shallow right, and it's going to get caught to 1-2-3 inning for the Spartans. They take care of business, leading 12-0, heading to the 6th inning in Miami Shores. Joe Stella is into the game and gets us started in inning number 6 with the Spartans leading 12-0. That one in the dirt from a new pitcher for the Buccaneers. It's Alex Brown on the mound. Over at second is Angel Rivera Perez, as there is a strike from Brown. So on grounded foul third base line. Over at short is Dyson Joseph, as this ball is going to fall for a leadoff hit from Joe Stella.
Your attention, please. Now batting number 4, Drake Harmon.
As Drake Harmon into the game as well. Both teams starting to empty out their benches and play their backup players. And the strike zone from Brown. Outside, but called strike. 0-2. Behind the count is Harmon. Has Stella on first. Harmon elects not to go, and that'll be the first ball on the board. One hit through the gap between third and short, and it'll be 2-on for the Spartans with no outs.
Your attention, please. Now batting number 26, Jacob Griffin.
And another player inserted here for Tampa, Jake Griffith. Takes ball one up high from Alex Brown. This is the zone again, so 2 balls, 0 strikes. It's turned out to be a good crowd at Fine Bloom Field, but it is a quiet crowd. This one popped up out there in center and caught by Kendry Noriega for the first out.
Your attention, please. Pitch hitting number 25, A.J. Graham.
And A.J. Graham enters the game as well, and he's now batting for the Spartans. 1 out, 2 on. Makes ball 1 inside. So let's take a look at how now Barry's lineup looks. At second base is Angel Rivera Perez. At right field, Harry Vargas Segura. DH is still Merkel Turner. At first base, Felix Diaz. Out in third is Aramis Ramirez Jr. Center fielder is Kendry Noriega. On left is Brandon De La Pena. Still catching is Matthew Menendez. At short is Dyson Joseph. And on the mound, Alex Brown. Inside, counted strike. 2-1. Swing and a miss by Graham. 2-2. And that's going to be a strikeout for Alex Brown, and it puts the second out on the board.
Now batting number 5, Kevin Carstetter.
And Kevin Carstetter steps up with 2 on and 2 out. And he swings strongly and misses. Inside, not given. 1-1. This one hit well, but foul. Brown sets. Here's the delivery. Chop foul towards the Barry dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Grounded over to Joseph, and it gets by him at short. And the bases will be loaded for the Spartans with 2 outs. Jake Turr is going to step in for the Spartans.
Your attention, please. Pitch hitting number 21, Jake Turr.
Swing and a miss. Chopped. There's Joseph. And no play. And a run will score. And he decided not to flip to second. So with 2 outs, another run will score for Tampa, and it's 13-0.
Now batting number 73, Lenny Ashby.
And here's Lenny Ashby hitting 301. Well, the lefty steps in. Take strike 1 looking. Back strike, so 2 to Ashby. Lined up by Brown and low. This one's in the dirt. The runner is going to go. And another run comes across the plate on the wild pitch. 14-0 Spartans. And folks, this has gotten ugly here at Fine Bloomfield in Miami Shores. And there's the strikeout by Brown. 2 more runs for Tampa. 14-0 going to the bottom of inning number 6. Harry Vargas Segura gets us going in the bottom of inning number 6. He hits this well, but foul, so that's going to be strike 1. 14-0 your score. If you're just joining us, Tampa has gone 4 straight innings of scoring. Three in the top of the first, followed by 2, 6, 1, and 2. This one's popped up out in the left by Segura. And it's going to fall out in the left. Segura going to third. And this one thrown wildly into the dugout. Now Segura's going home. And he's going to get home and score. And so the Bucks do get on the board. They will score in this game, making it 14-1. Out there and left, Drake Harmon could not find the ball and actually fell so far away from him. And then a wild throw to third. And it allowed Segura to just make it all around the bases and score. As Turner fouls it off. One, 2 is your count to Turner. Popped up on the inside pitch. And caught for out number 1. And brings up Felix Diaz. Now, Felix Diaz facing strike number 1, fouled into the net. Wind up and the pitch by Williams inside. Evens the count. This one hit out into right, and it's caught. Great catch. That's a difficult catch to make. And that's out number 2. Great catch by Eleni Ashby.
Your attention, please. Now batting number 16, Aramis Ramirez Jr.
And here is Aramis Ramirez Jr. Strike delivered. Ramirez thought about swinging, but held up the bat. Make that 0-2. Low in the dirt. Santiago Garavito playing catcher for the Spartans kept that one in front of him. And Ramirez just gets a piece of it to stay alive. This one hit to short and right off with the body of A.J. Graham. So Aramis Ramirez Jr. is going to get on first.
Number 19, Kendry Noriega.
Here's Kendry Noriega. Outside, ball 1. This one hit well out into left and cut. Well, the third out, 1 stranded for the Buccaneers, but Ari Vargas Segura brings in 1 run. 14-1 your score going to the 7th. Santiago Garavito is leading off for the Spartans in the top of the 7th. It's been all Tampa in this game number 1 of the series with a 14-1 score. Mike De Silva is the new Buccaneer pitcher on the mound. This one hit right up the middle by Garavito, and he gets on with the leadoff single. Now here's the DH, Mike Valdez, 0 for 4 tonight. His average is 270. Strike one. Back-to-back strikes from De Silva. Up in the count, 0-2. Close, but not going to be given. And there is the strikeout and the first out for Mike De Silva. And it brings up Joe Stella. Inside, that one gets past, and the runner will advance to second, now in scoring position. Term that's been often used tonight for the Spartans. One 0 delivery. Outside, 2-0. Outside pitch, similar pitch to the last one, so 3-0 from De Silva. Stella has been patient. Inside, so it's ball 4, and it'll be a walk, so 2-on for Tampa. Here's Drake Harmon. Had that play out there on left where he lost the ball, and it allowed Harry Vargas Segura to round all the bases and get Barry's lonesome run of the night. Swings and misses, foul tip back, but it is strike one. That's in there. 1-1. And this one gets by. It kind of looked like it hit Harmon. Did not. He was able to move out of the way. The runners do advance on the wild pitch, so runners at third and second. There it is. The strikeout.
That's coming out, baby.
And they'll put the second out on the board for the Buccaneers.
Number 26, Jacob Griffin.
And top of the order with Jake Griffith. Takes ball one looking. Chopped up the middle, and Joseph's not going to get to it, and another run will score for Tampa.
Number 25, AJ Graham.
15-1 now, your score. Here's A.J. Graham, 0 for 1 after being inserted into this game. Grounded the third. Throw the first, and there is the third out. But one more run for Tampa makes it 15-1, going to the home half of the seventh. Welcome back into the SSE Digital Network. Thank you for joining us tonight. Daniel Torres, your voice of the Buccaneers. Bottom of the seventh, the Buccaneers trail the Tampa Spartans 15-1. The new pitcher for the Spartans is Robert Satin. Strike delivered, so he's ahead of his count. 0-2 to De La Pena. Not really known for his bat. Satin has a 3.25 ERA, 1.59 whip. That one was up high. And gets the strikeout. Start the bottom of the seventh to make it 1 out. Here's Matthew Menendez stepping into the batter's box. And the dirt was low. That's one ball on the board. Inside, it's going to be a called strike on Menendez. Swing and a miss. Foul tip back, though. It's strike 2. Stets. And foul back behind the grandstand. One, two. Another foul from Menendez, staying alive, that time fouling it up against the net. Check did not go, so it's going to even the count 2-2. Inside and low. So we're going to have a full count from Satin to Menendez. This one hit to short. Throw to first and caught for out number 2. Good fielding over there at short by A.J. Graham. And here's Dyson Joseph. First appearance at the plate tonight. Strike 1. Back-to-back strikes from Satin in there. Makes it 0-2. Grounded over to second. Throw to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Tampa. It's Karstetter, Tur, and Ashby. 2 up in the top of the 8th for the Spartans. Top 8th at Fine Bloomfield. Here's Kevin Carstetter, 1-for-1 tonight, facing a new pitcher for the Buccaneers in Daniel Lipka. He delivers a strike. Off speed stuff there from Lipka, but falls outside. Low from Lipka, 2-1. Here's ground ball that's going to make it through, and no play by Angel Rivera Perez, so a leadoff hit by Carstetter.
Number 21, Jake Turr.
Here's Jake Turr, also 1-for-1 tonight. He's hitting .338. And hit opposite way, foul. And that one is going to fall out there in right. And 2 aboard for the Spartans.
Number 73, Lundy Ashby.
Lenny Ashby trying to bring in that runner from second. Takes strike 1, looking great pitch from Lipka. Lipka, 9.00 ERA, 4.00 whip. Down low, missing to even the count, 1-1. Oh, and this one is going to hit Ashby. And the bases are going to be loaded with no outs for the Spartans. Well, the damage continues. And it's going to bring in Santiago Garavito.
Number 14, Santiago Garavito.
That one hit the dirt, but Menendez did a good job keeping it in front of him. Already had a run scored today by a wild pitch. This one hit into the glove of Joseph, and it gets by Ramirez Jr. Yeah, look like his ankle got cleated on the slide.
Number 42, Mike Valdez.
And a run came in on that one as well, so it's 16-1. Here's Mike Valdez, who watched strike one go by. Chopped foul towards the Berry dugout. Joe Stella on deck for Tampa. This one is hit well out into right. And caught for the first out. Runner will tag from third. And the run will score, making it 17-1.
Number 9, Joe Stella.
Joe Stella 1 for 1, hitting .407. Had one hit and 4 RBIs in the 16-0 victory over Eckerd, which was the last game for Tampa. Take strike one looking. Grounded. That's fair, off of the glove of Ramirez Jr. And the bases are loaded, but that was a good thing that Ramos Ramirez Jr. was able to keep that in front of him. Would have been way worse if that was a fair ball rolling down the third base line.
Number 4, Drake Harmon.
And it brings up Drake Harmon. That's in there for strike number 2 from Lipka. Outside pitch makes it 2-2. You can hear a pin drop right now at Fine Bloom Field. It's very quiet. The way Bucks fans want to start out the weekend series, especially series where we honor our seniors, we will tomorrow. And your final home series of the season, it's a full count to Harmon. Could walk in a run. Gets a piece of that, so we'll continue 3-2. Pitch from Lipka. This one chopped over to first. Step on the bag. That's out. Number 2, but another run does score, making it an 18-1 ball game.
Number 26.
We'll bring up the top of the order for the Spartans and Jake Griffith. Runners at third and second. Outside, ball 1. In the dirt, right off of the chest plate of Menendez. A little bit outside part of the plate, but it's called strike, so 2-1. And that's in there. Great pitch by Lipka. Falling right down to the middle of the zone. It's all even twos across the board. Grounded over to second. And it goes right through the glove of Rivera Perez. And another run scores off of that. It's now 19-1.
Number 25, A.J. Graham.
A.J. Graham coming up to the plate. Runners at the corners. Chopped. Foul over at third. So that's going to be a strike on the board. Falls into the zone beautifully by Lipka. Head of his count 0-2. Trying to send his team to the dugout. Not going to get it, though. It's ball one. Chopped up to Joseph at short. Throw the first, not in time. Run across. It's going to be 20-1.
Number 5, Kevin Karstetter.
As it's Kevin Karstetter. 2 for 2. 343 average. Runners at second and first. Strike delivered. Outside. 1-1. Hit opposite way, but it's going to be foul. Over to third. Ramirez is going to step on the bag, and that's going to do it. But 5 runs across the plate for Tampa. It's 20-1 heading to the bottom of the 8th. Angel Rivera Perez leads off the bottom of inning number 8. Still Robert Satin on the mound. He relieves C.J. Williams as this one popped right behind the grandstand. Strike 2. And swings and misses, and there is the strikeout from Satin, and it puts one out on the board. Brings up the only player that's put a run up on the board for the Buccaneers today, and that is Harry Vargas Segura. Fouled up against the net for the first strike. Popped but foul behind the Tampa dugout. Oh, Segura behind 0-2. That one was low, below the knees. Makes it 1-2. And that one's going to fall out in right field. It finds grass for Vargas Segura. And gets aboard with one out, and has been the only bright spot offensively for the Buccaneers. Aside from his run and this hit right here at the bottom of the first, where the Buccaneers got 2 on, starting with Jimmy Bruno. Been the only bright spots offensively for the Buccaneers. As Brady King, who's in pinch hitting for Merkle Turner. Take strike 1. Take strike 2 looking. Right up the middle. And the Buccaneers are going to get 2 aboard.
Number 12, Felix.
Brings up first baseman Felix Diaz. 0 for 2 tonight. And he's got 2 on. There's just 1 out. One grounded right through first and second. Segura is going home. Throw, the tag, got him. So Segura tried to score again. And not going to get it, so that's going to be out number 2.
Number 16, Ramirez.
Here's Aramis Ramirez Jr. with runners at the corners. 2 outs. Chopped over to first. Step on the bag. And 3 outs. 2 stranded. 20-1 going to the 9th. Dylan Peck will be the final pitcher for Barry tonight here at the top of the 9th. It's been a one-sided affair this evening at Fine Bloomfield. Just joining us here, the final inning on the SSE Digital Network. Daniel Torres, your voice of the Buccaneers, as Tampa up 20-1 as routine grounder to second, throw to first, or the first out.
Number 73.
Brings up Lenny Ashby. Strike delivered, 1-1. Ball 2, is inside and low to Ashby. Count it, 2-2. Ashby stays alive after the foul tip. Outside. Full count to Ashby. Popped up in the infield. And it's cut by Peck for out number 2.
Number 14, Santiago Garavito.
Here's Santiago Garavito, 1 for 2 tonight. steps in facing 2 outs against Still and Peck. Great pitch by Peck in there, first strike number 1. Inside pitch, that's good for strike number 2. Outside and low, first ball. And there's the strikeout from Peck. 1, 2, 3 inning. We go to the final inning of regulation. Bottom 9, Tampa 3 outs away from victory. Kendry Noriega leads it off in the bottom of the 9th for Barry. We'll do it all over again tomorrow with a doubleheader. 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock are the game times. Once again, final home series of the season for the Buccaneers before they take on Nova Southeastern in Davie next weekend. Popped up against the net. That's going to be the first strike on the board for Noriega. 2-1 is his count. Strong swing and a miss from Noriega makes it 2-2. And Noriega swings and misses the strikeout. Out number 1. Tampa 2 outs away from victory.
Number 23, Brandon De La Pena.
Here's Brandon De La Pena. Take strike 1 looking. as Ethan Brown is tasked with shutting down this game. Strong swing and a miss, strike 2. There's the strikeout. And the second out on the board, and Tampa now just one away.
Number 4, Matthew Menendez.
And Matthew Menendez could be the final batter of the night for the Buccaneers. This one hit hard into center and caught for the third out of 1, 2, 3. The Spartans are going to win big time to open up this series, a 20-1 final score. They're going to advance to a 39-6 overall record, 23-2 in the conference. For the Buccaneers, 23-22 overall, 11-14 in the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll kick it off tomorrow here on the SSE Digital Network. A doubleheader starting at 1 o'clock p.m. For our production staff here at Barry University in Miami Shores, my name is Daniel Torres. Have a good rest of your Friday night.